Hi guys, Ian here, and today I want to talk about this Kefine Delci. It is a single dynamic driver IM. Retail price for this is 75 US dollars. It's available on Kefine's website. I'll leave an unaffiliated link in the description below. Now, this is the box that it comes in. You can see the IM, the picture of the IM in front. At the back, there are some specifications which I'll read out to you. The frequency range is 20 to 20,000 Hertz. Sensitivity is 108, impedance is 28 ohms. Now inside this box, you find some accessories. This carrying case here. So this is a hard shell case with a zipper. You can put the IM inside and it'll protect your IM. Very typical IM carrying case. You get some ear tips. So you get two sets of small, medium and large ear tips. They're all the same bore. Okay, there is already one ear tip on the IM itself. Okay, so the cable. Now this is 4-core braided cable. Let me just untangle this. Okay, 4-core braided cable, and it's terminated with a straight type 3.5 single-ended headphone jack. And it's got a chin slider, which is a little bit on the loose side, but it still cinches the cable quite well. The ear hooks is pretty normal, is not too stiff and not too loose as well, so it's pretty alright, and it's terminated with a 2-pin connector. Now in terms of the IM, the shape of the IM is pretty typical. It's made of aluminum, full metal, okay, and is like space gray finish. Faceplate has got their logo imprinted on it, and it's a medium-sized type of IM. The inner shell is pretty smooth. As you can see, there's not much curvatures to it. Nozzle is a little bit on the shorter side and is built into the IM itself, okay, and it's got this metal filter inside with some kind of a pattern. Okay, now in terms of fit and comfort, it does fit my ear. Surprisingly, it does fit my ear pretty well. Let me just put it on for you. So it fits my ear. It's just that the nozzle is a little bit on the shorter side. It does go in pretty well. It doesn't push the back of my ear. It doesn't give me any pain as well, and it sits still in my ear. Even if I wear it for a very long time, it doesn't try to dislodge itself from my ear. So pretty good, all right? But in terms of the seal, the stock ear tips didn't really give me a good seal. So I used my own spin fits on these, which is a little bit more grippier, and that gave me a better seal. Okay, so now let's talk about the sound and the performance of this. First, the technical performance. The overall resolution of this is alright for $75. I still can hear a little bit of distortion. It's not the cleanest sound. And overall, it's pretty alright for $75. Better than some of the $20 IM, I would say. So in terms of the, well, sound clarity, it's alright for $75. Not the best. Now, in terms of soundstage is not the widest. It's also not intimate. It's pretty average when it comes to soundstage. And the sound separation is alright as well. In terms of layers, I do hear the separation and the imaging. So percussions, they are somewhere behind the vocals, and the instruments are at the side. So pretty natural imaging of the instruments and the overall soundstage. But I would say, you know, soundstage wise, this is pretty average. In terms of detail retrieval, this is not a detail monster, so it doesn't retrieve most of the details, mainly because of the tuning. When I compare it with the EA500, which I'll explain later, this one does retrieve a little bit less details as compared to the EA500. Okay, so that's the technical performance of this Kefine Delci. Now let's talk about the tone and timbre. This has got a very thick, matured, warm tone, right? So this is not natural sounding. This is more of a fun and casual tone and timbre. Okay, now in terms of sound signature, let me just post a graph somewhere up here. Let me just move myself on this side a little bit. So as you can see from the sound signature, this is more of a fun and casual tuning, right? It's a V-shaped tuning with emphasis on the bass shelf. So this has got a lot of bass, a ton of bass, and the bass is very addictive. Okay, you can feel the sub bass, you can hear that sub bass. It's very textured, very thick type of sub bass. So I would say it's more for fun set. You know, if you're a bass head, this is not really for bass heads, not to that level. But if you are close to a bass head and you like your bass, then you might want to consider this earphones. The sub bass is very rumbly. You can feel and hear that rumble, and it's very extended. So very addictive sub bass. Mid bass is a little bit on the boomy side, a little bit on the muddy side. You can hear, I mean, you can feel and hear the mid bass and the sub bass together, and it kind of veils most of the other instruments. So to me, this is yeah, a bassy set basically, and casual set. So mid bass is a little bit on the slower side, sluggish type of mid bass. So overall, I would say if you like that type of boomy type of bass, then this is the IEM for you. Now the mids are recessed. All right, you will feel that your mids are, you know, laid back, especially instruments and vocals. Female vocals especially, they sound a little bit dark, at the same time recessed. So it's not a very detailed, as I mentioned, IEM. So instruments like violins, flutes, they are present but a bit veiled by the bass itself. Okay, now the gain to the treble. The gain to the treble is very smooth, right? There's no harshness, no intense spike to the peanut gain, right? So you hear that this is a very smooth IEM. Okay, so I would say it is not harsh. It's not a very intense type of gain to the treble. Now in terms of the treble is dark, it's recessed, as you can see the dip there on the graph. So instruments and vocals, they sound a little bit laid back, at the same time they sound a bit muted, I would say muted. And you know, I mean, the good thing is that you don't get that sibilance and that sharpness in your tracks. I noticed that a lot of brands are tuning the IEMs this way, but you know, the downside is that you lose that sparkle in your treble. Okay, so sometimes the energy is not there. It sounds a little bit slow, but it is what it is. To me, some people like it smooth, and some people just want to have that, you know, endurance to listen to their songs the entire day without feeling that sibilance and that uncomfortable sharpness in their tracks. Okay, so that's the overall sound signature of this Kefine Delci. This is suitable for casual listening. It's more for fun. It's warm sounding as well. So tracks like pop songs, heavy metal, I listen to EDMs on this, techno as well. They sound great on this. They sound very fun and very engaging as well, addictive as well. But for classical, not so much, and instruments as well. So I don't really listen to, you know, violins or instrumental 4-piece sets on this IEM. I listen more of my casual songs and my pop songs. Okay, now let's compare it with the EA500, as I mentioned earlier. Now in terms of technical performance, these two are actually quite comparable, on par as well. Soundstage, I would say the EA500 is more airy, more open. It's a bit cleaner as well, is wider, sounds more separated, yeah, a bit more separated than the Kefine Delci. The overall details on this is cleaner as well. I pick up more details on this IEM as compared to the Kefine Delci. And overall, I would say this is more of a leaner tone, more natural sounding, and I would say more reference sounding as well as compared to the Kefine. Kefine is more fun sounding and warm as well. It's warmer sounding and thicker and more heavy in the note weight as compared to the EA500. So it depends on my mood. You know, if I'm listening to more of my reference music, classical music, then I'll switch to my EA 500. But if I just want to enjoy myself, enjoy my music, then I'll switch to the Kefine Delci. Right, so these two, they're almost similarly priced, and they serve two different markets. So it boils down to your listening preference, and yeah, you can pick either one of these. It depends on what you like. To conclude, I would say this is more of an upgrade for those of you who are, you know, new to this hobby and you started off with a $20 and below type of earphones. Then this may be a good upgrade for you, okay? And it comes with quality accessories with a well-built earphone, okay? Yeah, and the sound of it is more casual and fun, okay? Right, so that concludes my overall review and impression of this Kefine Delci. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and also please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That's it for now. I hope you guys have a great day ahead, and I'll see you again in my next video. Cheers.